Who are those cuties? We are in Washington, D.C. I am Desi Oakley, and this is episode 5 of Pie All the Road. In this episode, the one and only Sara Bareilles came to DC and hosted cast album karaoke, and I caught it. All the backstage footage is in this episode. You get to meet more cast members who show you their 2 truths and a pie, and you also find out what our stage manager does, setting up and tearing down, getting this thing to all the different cities across America, and other kind of backstage silly shenanigans. So you have clued into the right episode. Hey y'all, we are celebrating our 250th performance today on the Waitress tour. So I'm actually doing an Instagram takeover for the Waitress musical Instagram, and so I'm going to be double dutying a little bit today, and you're going to hopefully come and see some of the shenanigans that are happening. Right now I'm going to try to bring you on stage for Fight Call. We do a fight and a lift call twice a week to keep everybody safe and in check, because there's lots of physical fight and lifts that kind of happen throughout the show, so I'm going to bring you on stage to check that out.
Struggle, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness pie. Sugar, sugar, butter, flour, sugar, butter, flour, Nice. Sweet. Perfect. Nice. It open up. I'm not perfect 10. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Even this, even now, even as the wall comes up and down, even as I can't stop from that bubbling high.
The worst.
Yeah.
Nice, y'all.
Thank you.
Also, vocals by Skylar is really beautiful.
I think it's trying to find the right pocket, but
Hi, what's your name?
Nick Bailey.
Who do you play in the show?
Earl.
Okay, so why is today special?
Today we're doing our 250th performance.
That's pretty amazing, right?
It's pretty
How do you
amazing.
feel about that?
I'm excited. I'm tired. I'm ready for 251.
Absolutely. Okay, so talk to me about what's going on here. Hi, Bats.
So today we're doing perfect attendance awards, and in the cast we only have one person who's had perfect attendance. That's Ryan G Duncan, who plays Cal. In the band we only have one. That's Lexi Bodick, who does our bass. And then
Nice
a
hand
whole
gesture.
slew of the cast, though. Or I'm sorry, crew. A whole
So
slew of
so
the
much
crew.
of the crew.
Yeah, several
So
of the crew.
you took it upon yourself to get everyone perfect attendance cards. So we just signed them. You are
And we'll have
so
cookies later on.
You are so sweet.
Because there's nothing
That's pretty great.
is worth anything without
These are
cookies.
A+ students right here, and they deserve to be celebrated.
Amen.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
This is Broadway.com. How do you guys feel in 250 shows?
I feel thrilled.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I feel like we did them all today.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. Congrats, y'all. Woohoo! There's that queen. That's a 250 show walk. Yes, yes. 250th show pie. 1, 2, 3. 250th show pie. Woo! Hey y'all, this is our Callboard. So stage management puts this up in every city, and this is where we sign in for the show. And it says the weekly schedule. It shows who's going to be out or during this performance, things to look forward to, and then we do this thing called the question of the week. So the question of the week is where we write funny questions and everyone takes turns answering them. They all have to do with the show, kind of. So this says, what type of model or car, what type or model of car does everyone drive in the show? Because Oki has the Toyota Yaris. So we go and we write things. The one before this was, whose funeral is Dr. Palmer and his wife attending? So it's been fun to kind of, get the ball rolling and have people write funny things. So this is the Callboard. What's your name?
Ryan G Duncan.
And who do you play in the show?
Cal.
Okay, so I've been asking people to do 2 truths and a pie, like 2 things about themselves that maybe people wouldn't know.
Sure.
And then a little pie, like it could literally be your favorite pie, a slice of life, a slice of your life on tour, anything about yourself.
Sure.
Okay.
I have 6 adopted nieces.
Okay.
They're pretty awesome. I was born 12 miles from Mexico.
You were?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And what was the other thing I said?
Like a little slice of your life, or like anything about.
Work hard, be kind.
Work hard, be kind.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, can you show us a little bit about your kitchen back
Sure,
here?
it's very small.
Okay.
Sure.
So this is a real.
This is where I stand.
This is all real in here. Like. This is your fake food.
Yeah.
Anything we should know about anything you do back here?
This is where I bang on the pans.
Oh, there. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's so funny. That's seen 250 some performances, huh?
Yeah.
It's so awesome. Okay. Hello. What is your name?
Jovan Shuck.
And what is your title here
I'm
at
the
Waitress?
production stage manager.
Okay. So what does that mean?
I count to 8 and I tell people what time it is. A good friend of mine has a 5-year-old son, and she brought him to work, and that's what he took away, is that stage managers tell people what time it is, and they count to 8.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
But you kind of mean that, meaning, okay, so you obviously keep track of a ton of time, like in the show.
Sure. Also,
And-
we make all those calls. It's half hour to curtain, it's 5 minutes to curtain, all that stuff. I think that's where you got that.
Of course,
Yeah.
and probably also counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because if it's a musical as a
Yep.
stage manager,
A lot of counting when you're calling
you
the show.
call the show. So everything that happens, I'm going to show the monitor behind you.
Yeah, please do.
Everything that happens on this stage it basically is called by you. So
Well, there are 3 of us backstage.
Right.
One of us is calling the show. On a night like tonight, one of us is watching the show, noting the show.
Okay.
And the other one is working backstage to make sure everything's moving when it's supposed to, that the actors are where they're supposed to be. They're primarily in charge of everybody's safety. So
Absolutely.
we're traffic cops and we are safety police. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what is it like? This is cool. So you have to set up your desk just like we set up our dressing room in
Yeah.
every single city.
Yeah.
He has a really
It's an amazing flag.
poor choice of a flag there behind you. Sorry, we have our rival because I went to the University of Michigan. But anyway, so you set up your space, and this is what's it like moving? What's kind of like your biggest challenge when you move to a different city? I mean,
well, in addition to all that stuff, I'm in charge of assigning dressing rooms in the backstage space. So sorting all of that out. Like this week, I'm working on next week's space in Nashville, finding a dressing room, finding a place for our props department to do their dishes and do all their food prep.
Absolutely.
All that kind of stuff. So that's the biggest puzzle piece when we
Right,
work, is finding
right.
a space for everybody.
absolutely. Well, thank you, Jovan. I
you bet.
appreciate. Yes.
You bet.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Myisha McQueen.
And what do you do with Waitress on Tour?
I am Nurse Norma. I'm in the ensemble as well.
Okay. And I am going to ask you your 2 truths and a pie.
Okay.
So 2 truths about yourself.
Okay.
Anything, it could be that people know or wouldn't know. And then your pie is your little slice of life, little advice, anything that you want to share with the Broadway.com listeners.
Okay.
Okay. So go for it whenever you're ready.
2 truths. I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I have 2 siblings. And my slice of pie is, it's hard to do that without sounding cliche. But here's my slice of pie.
Okay, tell
The
us.
cliches.
Rachel would like you to know that it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
The cliches become truths in your 30s. In your 20s, they're cliches, and in your 30s, they become actual truths that you try to live by. Such as
Give us an example.
Look within first, or like treat people the way you want to be treated, or mind your business, or start within. Those cliches are literally the things that anchor me in this period of my life.
I love that.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what's something that on tour has been something that's kind of a saving grace for you? It could be something
Food.
very tangible. What was it?
Food.
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 Are you a
Not in
foodie?
I am a foodie. So food in the, I've been excited to try the cuisine of the state or region that we're in. So
love that.
to be able to say I got an actual Omaha steak, or
Yes.
I got a crab cake from Baltimore,
Exactly.
or an actual Philly
Southern
cheesesteak from Philly.
True Southern food in.
Yes. Well, I'm used to that from Atlanta, but
Sure.
the specific Kansas City barbecue.
Yes.
That has been so much fun.
That is so
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Okay, have you had a favorite city by chance?
DC only because it's been our longest sit down so far.
Love it. Love it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, sweet Myisha McQueen. You're a legend. Hey guys, so we're in DC and Sara Bareilles is here. She is hosting Cast Album Karaoke. I just got out of costume and let's go check it out. Oh my God.
You're Jessica. Come up. Hi, Jessica. And we're just going to call the next name so we know who's coming up.
exciting.
That's what I thought.
This is so exciting.
Joe's going to grab a name. Oh my gosh. This is truly
go check it out.
totally random. Luke Sullivan. Either Luke is a soprano or Luke's sister or girlfriend or... tell me where you're from. Originally or where you live now, whatever.
Originally Argentina, but I live in Virginia now.
Oh my God, amazing. Thank you. And is this your first time to Waitress?
Yes.
Tonight?
I loved it, yes.
Oh, good.
Great time.
Great.
Thank you.
Did you like the music?
I loved it. And the band, and everybody.
Yeah, everyone's great.
Yeah.
So are you. I like the music though.
The music rocked.
Okay, cool. I like it. So do the smile. Hurry up, fill the coffee cup. And then in a while, take a breath when you need to be reminded that we days like.
I grew up an only child in a suburb of the city. Spent my leisure learning how to find this straight to sardines. I thought it was hilarious to call a cat a kind of fish. She played hard to get, kissed off and scratched me. All she was trying to say was, oh, you come and catch me. I learned quickly that perseverance stood between a cat and her new best friend me. Oh, I'm gonna do this right. Wherever you go, I won't be far to follow.
I could find the whole meaning of life in those sad eyes. They've seen things that you never quite say, but I hear. Come out of hiding, I'm right here beside you. And I'll stay as long as you let me. You'll see. You matter to me.
Oh my goodness, they just got picked. They're so excited. I wonder what they're gonna sing.
Make it work, make it easy, make it clever, grind it into pieces. Make it sweet, crimp the edges, or make it sour and serve with lemon wedges. I learned that from you, Mama. It's amazing what baking can do.
Hey y'all, the show just came down. I just want to thank you guys for watching Pie All the Road episode 5. It's been a blast hearing the feedback from everybody and from everyone saying they're enjoying watching the vlogs. It's a blast for me to do them, so thanks for tuning in. It's because of you that they exist. So, and also thank you to Broadway.com. Huge thanks to them for editing and making all this happen. So stay tuned. Either next week or the following week, I will be featuring a very special guest. You're not going to want to miss someone being featured on Pie All the Road. Very special guest. And you also have more of the cast to meet, so they'll be sharing their 2 truths and a pie. I want to introduce you to the band and get a little insight on their slice of life here on the road. And I'm also gonna try to do a little bit more of the sneaky backstage business. I got a ton of feedback that everybody loved seeing my quick changes and kind of what happens, so I'm gonna see what I can get away with. Thanks again for watching. I'm Desi Oakley, this is Pie a la Road, and I will see you next time. It only takes a taste when you know it's good. Sometimes one bite is more than